in custody. The balance probated on $1,000 fine. Count 2 will be dismissed. Count 3 will be dismissed. Count 4 is $100 fine. Count 5 is 12 months, 43 days to serve. The balance suspended. No new violations of the law to run concurrent with count 1. Count 6 to be dismissed.
All right, Mr. Miller.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Which relative did you throw under the bus, sir? All right, raise your right hand for me, Mr. Miller. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true? You can put your hand down. Mr. Miller, you're before the court on 2024 CR 01366 for count 1, driving on a suspended or revoked license. Count 2, no license. Count 3, knowingly drive something. I'll see the rest of it once I get the recitation. Count 4, no tag expired or invalid tag. Count 5, given a false name, address, or date of birth. Count 6, false address, name, address, or date of birth. What does your client plead to the offenses before the court, Ms. Hahn?
Your Honor, he would like to enter a plea of no load to count 1, driving on a suspended license. I believe the state is going to null pros counts 2 and 3. You'd like to enter a plea of no load to driving on the expired tag and no load to giving a false name and date of birth.
Count 6 will be no pros?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
All right, by entering a plea of no load to counts 1, 4, and 5, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Mm-hmm.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The factual basis in this case is that on January 8th, 2024, Deputy Bailey conducted a traffic stop on Church Street and Mimosa Street here in Clayton County on a gray Chevy Malibu for not having valid insurance after running the tag. The officer made contact with the driver, who was identified as Mr. Anthony Miller, the defendant before you, who stated he didn't have his license on him and didn't know where it was. He was instructed to write down his name and date of birth so he could identify him, and the defendant wrote down the name Terrell Miller with a date of birth of October 2nd, 1993. The name and information was run through GCIC and came back with a photograph on a driver's license that did not match the driver. The officer then asked the defendant to step out of the car to detain him, and he asked for his correct date of birth and name, and that's when he provided him with Anthony Miller with a date of birth of 12/9/1985. That information did match after being run through GCIC. He also saw that the defendant's license was suspended, and the car did not have, a valid tag. The recommendation on count 1 is 12 months, 43 days to serve with credit for time in custody. The balance probated on $1,000 fine. Count 2 will be dismissed. Count 3 will be dismissed. Count 4 is $100 fine. Count 5 is 12 months, 43 days to serve. The balance suspended. No new violations of the law to run concurrent with count 1. Count 6 to be dismissed.
All right, Mr. Miller.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Which relative did you throw under the bus, sir?
My brother.
Ooh, so you hate him that much?
No, I was on the phone with him, and I just made a bad conscious decision. He was like, just use my name, and I went and I did it.
I mean, because I'm just saying, imagine your brother is driving along, minding his own business. He has a minor traffic thing. He gets out, he's in his car. The police says, sir, you ran a stop sign. Let me have your license. And then they find out he got warrants for stuff that you put his name down for. And he's saying, no, I didn't do that. And so he gets into an argument with the police. Who you think wins that?
The police,
Who you think loses?
my brother and I.
And you know your brother, because you would be on the courthouse steps talking about, well, police brutality and all of that. Your brother would be justified in thinking that he's right. He doesn't have a charge. The police would be justified in thinking that they're right. He does have a charge because you gave his name, address, and birthday and all of that. And you sitting somewhere and something happened to your brother, you be like, well, them bad police. No, bad brother.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of punk move is it when you get a charge, but you're gonna pass it off on somebody else?
No, I was
Go man up and take the charge. You driving dirty. You knew you was driving dirty. You ain't have a license. You didn't have a tag. You just straight driving dirty.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
was already driving dirty and you was caught.
Yes, ma'am.
Take the punishment.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't throw somebody else under the bus.
You're right.
How old are you?
I just turned 38.
Your Honor.
You need to get your life. Get your life together.
Yes, ma'am.
Get your life together. Most people in this country can manage to keep a license in good stead and be able to drive to and from work and wherever else they need to go. You need to get your life together. All right, I'm going to accept your plea of no load to counts 1, 4, and 5. Counts 2, 3, and 6 will be no pros. On count 1, I'll send you to 12 months to serve. You spent 43 days for some foolishness. I'll send you to 12 months to serve, 43 days credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to pay a fine in the amount of $1,000. That's going to be $1,420 with the surcharge. See that right there? You could have put all this money up front and got your license straight and done what you needed to do, and not get them charges. That's what you could have done.
Yes, ma'am.
But you just decided to drive dirty, thinking that if I get stopped, I'm gonna just throw my brother under the bus. Count 4, $100 fine. That'll be $151.50 with the surcharges. That'll run concurrent with count 1, so you can pay that during the balance of your probation. And then count 5, 12 months to serve, 43 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended. That'll run concurrent with count 1. Mr. Miller, get your life. You're too old to be running around driving dirty and then throwing somebody else under the bus.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back to the sheriff's office.
Your Honor, before you leave, I just wanted to let him know if he wants to get his license fixed. He does have a few FTAs out of Henry County, Grantville Municipal, and Forest Park Municipal Court, as well as a super speeder. If he wanted in a current suspension for driving with a suspended license. But once those are cleared up, he should be able to get his license back.
So you just get court dates and you just be like, no, I ain't feeling it today.
Your Honor, I missed, I think.
Everywhere. He got them out of everywhere.
Okay.
Henry County, where else, Ms. Williams?
Henry County, Grantville Municipal Court, Forest Park Municipal Court, and then the super speeder came out of Coweta,
No,
Go to court 'cause
as well as the suspended license charge.
Forest Park.
You got 4 FTAs, 4.
I couldn't go to court because when I went there, it was by the Zoom, and I didn't know the Zoom, so I tried to reschedule it, and they wouldn't let me reschedule it.
All 4 of them?
Well, the one
That's it, Mr. Miller. I don't have time for all of this. Mr. Miller, get your life together. All right.